Hey, this is Paul, and right now it's May, and look at this. We have our first official flower bud on Paul Thompson's 7S. And when we get a flower bud, it's time to add a different fertilizer. So hopefully you've seen our last video about fertilizing in the spring. Now we're gonna move on to a late spring / summer bud and bloom fertilizer. So let me go show you how I fertilize my dragon fruit. So now that the plants have recovered and we're gonna have a nice flowering and fruiting season, it's time to do a bud and bloom fertilizer. And what that means is it's gonna be lower in nitrogen, higher in phosphorus and potassium. So we're using a 3-12-12. This is Grow Power's Flower and Bloom. We've also used and do recommend Dr. Earth Bud and Bloom. Hopefully you've seen our video here, and it's been a great, it works great as well. But I think the Grow Power products are a little better. So what I like to do is I like to mix up some of this Fox Farm soil conditioner. And what this is mostly ground up dead trees. It's compost. It's actually 85 to 95% compost. It's got back guano. It's got some humic acid, mycorrhizal fungi, some really good things. So I'm gonna mix this with the Bud and Bloom. So just do a few handfuls of this. Don't want to breathe it. And the reason why I'm using this instead of ocean forest, which I've used in the past, is that this is free of perlite. So it's mainly just compost, which is what Gary recommends to fertilize your plants anyways, and top dress. But you can see it's definitely really nice, rich organic matter. And then I'm going to mix in some Bud and Bloom. Now sadly, this is really hard to find nowadays because Grow Power, the owner, sadly passed away, but you can still find it. And like I said, you could substitute this for Dr. Earth, Flower Girl, Bud and Bloom. They're both really good, high quality products. So you can see I'll mix it about, what's that, about 40% the Bud and Bloom and about 60% of the compost. Now what I also do is I do like to add a little extra bone meal. This takes time to, it's kind of a slow release. It takes time to break down, but that's gonna really help your plants as well. And then I also use some oyster shells, some added additional oyster shells. And what this is gonna do is it's been known to make your fruit's skin a little thicker. So you could also add more worm castings. You could use fish meal as well. This works pretty well, it does stink. So this is fish bone meal. Smells like the ocean. Then you mix it up really well. And so this is gonna make a really nice top dressing here for our dragon fruit that are mature and are gonna flower this season. Now I do not recommend using this on young plants. You're better off using like a Grow Power or something with higher nitrogen. Because you don't want those young plants to bloom, you actually want them to have a lot of growth the first season and then bloom after the next season or maybe into the third season. So there we go. It's mixed up pretty well. Let's take a look at it. That's what it looks like. And then it's really easy. You just top dress it. Okay. Probably use about 2 or 3 handfuls per plant. This is Dark Star 9S. One of my favorite. It tastes like a kind of a grape pop flavor. And there we go. And then what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna water it in. So let me get some water and we'll finish this up. So just water it in really well. And again, top dress with compost. It works awesome, as you can see. And I expect that we're gonna have a really good fruiting season this year, especially on some of these more mature plants. This 9S Dark Star here, we've had since 2019, so it's 5 years old now. And this Dark Star is really happy and healthy, vigorous grower, one of my favorite of Paul Thompson's hybrids. And now what I do recommend is you saw us apply this fertilizer. We're doing it early in May, and then we're gonna do it again in about 6 weeks. So about the mid-June, we're gonna reapply the same mixture of fertilizer, and that's gonna be it for the season. And then we're gonna fertilize in the fall to help the plants recover. So give us a like and a subscribe and stick around so you can watch how we get these plants to recover in the fall. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day.